is Whiskey 2 Radio Echo, live in the RHR studio. This is Ray, W2RE in the RHR studio. Good afternoon. I'm on the station in Seattle, Washington. Yesterday we had so much fun working into Asia from this beautiful Pacific Coast station right on the Pacific Ocean, running 6 over 6 here on 20 meters. I decided let's give it another try here. Let's see what exotic DX we can work from the west coast of the United States. This is the beauty of remote operation. You can pick and choose a station where you want to work some DX. And right now, I want to work some stations in Asia, maybe Oceania, maybe out in the Indian Ocean. So I'm going to turn up the volume. I'm going to look for a frequency and see if we can work anybody. This should be a lot of fun. And maybe we'll even point it to the East Coast and work some East Coast guys in the United States. Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use, please? Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? Hello, CQ, CQDX, CQ, a DX 20 meters, CQ, a DX 20 meters. CQ Delta X-ray. From Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo. Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo in the state of Washington, QRZ. Hello, CQ, CQDX20, CQ, CQDX20, CQDX20. This is Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo. Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo, looking for DX. Any stations in Asia or Oceania or out into the Pacific. Beaming out to the Pacific, Asia, Oceania, or the Indian Ocean. This is Whiskey 2, Radio Echo, QRZ. Hello, CQ, CQDX, CQ, CQ Delta X-ray. CQDX, CQ Delta X-ray. This is Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo. Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo, QRZ 20 meters. CQ20, CQ20, CQ20. Beaming out into the Pacific, any stations in Asia. Anybody in Asia, please call me from Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo. Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo, calling QRZ 20 meters. Hey, Ian. Trying to get something going here from Washington State. Okay, Whiskey 3, Charlie Radio Sugar. You're probably on the back of my beam. You're 5 and 5, 5 and 5 in the state of Washington. Over. Yeah, I missed your state. What is your state? Whiskey 3, Charlie Radio Sugar. What was your state? Your state? Okay, very good on the Pennsylvania. I'm beaming towards Oceania and the Pacific. Thanks for calling in. Whiskey 3, Charlie Radio Sugar. Whiskey 2, Radio Echo from Washington State. 7-3. Bye-bye. Okay, thanks. Any stations, any DX, looking for DX out into Asia. Whiskey 2, Radio Echo. Any stations from Japan on frequency, QRZ? Looking out into the Pacific. Anybody, anywhere. Looking out into the Pacific, any stations in Asia or Oceania. This is Whiskey 2, a Radio Echo. Whiskey 2, a Radio Echo, QRZ. Not like the East Coast, right? QRZ, QRZ, Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo. Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo, looking for DX, QRZ. Hello, CQ, CQDX, CQDX20, CQ, CQDX, CQDX20. Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo. Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo, QRZ20. Anybody in Japan, any stations in Japan on frequency, please make your call. I'm going to beam toward the United States. I am now turning to Yagi, QRZ, QRZ20. Whiskey 2, Radio Echo. Whiskey 2, Radio Echo, QRZ. QRZ20, QRZ20. Anybody, anywhere. Is this station working? Whiskey 2, Radio Echo.
Whiskey 5, Papa Sugar.
Whiskey 5, Papa Sugar, 5 and 9, over.
Yeah, QSL, you dropped down to about a 5 and 7 when you turned the beam. Name is Peter in North Texas. Whiskey 5, Papa Sugar, good.
Okay, very good, Peter. Yeah, trying to work some JAs. I see they're in complete daylight now, so the band should be open. You're 5 and 9, 59. I'm beaming towards New England, QSL.
Yeah, QSL. Yeah, no problem. You came back up. It might be propagation. Sounds good. I was just about to do the same thing to Asia, but I heard a couple of JAs, and that was about it so far.
Yeah, I tuned up and down the band. I heard a few JAs in there very loud, so I figured I'd give it a CQ call, but nothing's coming back to me. I'm running 6/6 on a Big Bertha rotating tower. Go ahead.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, here I'm running a 4/4, 4-element monobanders, 32-foot booms at 120 and 60 QSL on a rotating tower.
Yeah, same situation here. 110/45, but this QTH sits on a cliff, looking right over the Pacific Ocean. So it's a really good QTH up here in Washington State. I'm operating remote. I'm physically sitting in New York. Go ahead.
Well, that's nice. I thought I heard you the other day. You were up in Maine, so I figure you're moving around a little bit.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, I can operate up to 30 stations throughout the United States and worldwide. I also operate from Hotel 2 Alpha quite a bit. Also been operating from Croatia quite a bit as well. Yeah, it was great. I worked yesterday a bunch of JA, some Hotel Limas. I worked out into the Indian Ocean. I worked 9 Victor. I worked Victor 85 yesterday about this time of the day. But, propagation's a funny game. So yesterday was fantastic. Today, not so good. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's the name of the game when you're at the bottom of the cycle, or maybe not the bottom, but almost. Hopefully it starts getting a little better, but few and far between. Back in the 70s, even at the bottom it seemed better. I don't know why. Maybe I was just a lot younger, but the band just doesn't seem, there's not as much activity, and the conditions don't seem as good, Gad.
Well, what I find from the state of Maine, it's a completely different animal for DX. I get on there in the morning from Maine, and I'm working stations that have never worked the United States before. I work all these Mike 3s, Mike 6s, and Mike 7s. They run 10 watts out of England. That's their foundation licensed guys, and I work endless a number of those guys. So the band is not too bad from Maine. I get on these other sites, they're not quite as good. Go ahead.
Yeah, the only time it gets that good from here into Europe is at the peak of the cycle. I mean, I can work tons of Europeans now every morning, but they're running, 100 watts. So 10 watts, I might be able to hear them on some days, but not always. So, but everywhere else, it's fantastic. I grew up on the East Coast in Tuland, and so I have an idea, and this far south definitely has benefits compared to the East Coast into Asia, Africa, South America, the Pacific. It seems better, but Europe, you still have to be, it's got to be at the top of the cycle to compete there, I guess.
Yeah, okay, very good. Yeah, just turn the antenna towards Japan just in case I do get some callers from that part of the world. Yeah, I completely understand. Where did you grow up in Tuland? Go ahead.
New Jersey, Central Jersey. I went to Rutgers College of Engineering till I graduated in '83 and moved down to Texas in '89. I guess.
Yeah, okay, very good. Yeah, same year I graduated in '83. I grew up. I still live in New York. I'm 1 hour north of New York City here in Dutchess County. And I worked in Mount Vernon, New York for 30 years, retired, and then started a tower business. I install radio towers and install quite a number of them here on the East Coast. Go ahead.
Ah, very good. Huh. Yeah, that's, I retired 4 years ago, and it's hard to find people doing tower work. But I found a guy out in California that came to Texas quite a bit to do tower work, so I was fortunate. But very good. I have quite a bit of relatives in the Bronx and Brooklyn, and a couple in Manhattan, but most of them are in the Bronx and Brooklyn and Long Island, I guess.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, I do a lot of work in Long Island. I got a number of towers that I take care of down there. Most of those guys in Long Island are using crank-ups. Not my favorite type of tower to work on, as you can imagine. And up in Maine, we have 4 stations that we've built over the past 3 years that we maintain as well for ourselves. And then the number of customers in New England. At one point I had over 80 customers, but I had to cut back. I cannot do that many customers anymore. So between the 15 stations that we own or lease or maintain, plus maybe another 25 guys I handle here. So, yeah, when I retired back from Pepsi Cola in 2013, I went hard into building remote stations for a few years, and then I got back in the tower business a couple years ago. It's just me and my son, and we build big stuff. We build 200-foot rotating towers, no problem. And I'm also a distributor for an antenna company out of Poland. So we're keeping busy, and we get on here. I live stream 2-3 times a day. My operations. I have a huge following. Over 2 million people have been watching our videos since the first of the year. I'm live right now, for a matter of fact, on Twitch TV, YouTube, and Facebook streaming. And between the 3 streaming sources, we got over 100 people listening to our QSO at the moment, and that could grow instantly. Whiskey 5, Papa Sugar. Whiskey 2, Radio Echo.
Yeah, very good. W2RE, W5PS. If I could ask you a question, there was a gentleman on Long Island who was on the very eastern tip of the island who had, I think, 3 200-foot towers, and he was a jeweler in Manhattan. This was 40 years ago, and I've never heard him again when I moved here. Well, I got off the radio about 20 years ago and went back on 4 years ago, but
hello, Dick, J-Bo, Johanna.
And he was just ferocious into Europe. And Do you know? Do you recognize that at all? Go ahead.
No, I don't know who he is. You know, I got into the tower business in 2008 while I was still working at Pepsi Cola, and I picked up a lot of clients in Long Island, but nobody with 200-foot towers out there. So I would not even know who that could be. I'm sure I can ask around and they'll tell me who it is. I mean, there was a guy in Suffern, New York, just north of New York City in Rockland County that had a system like that, but he wasn't in Long Island. I have five towers up to 200 feet on the ocean in Maine, right on a peninsula in Jonesport, Maine, and I also have 4 towers in Eastport, Maine, on 63 acres. Those are probably the best 2 located stations in the U.S. for to get into Europe at least. But the Long Island's pretty good. You got that salt water all around you, so if you got a good QTH down there, play well. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, this guy was old. He was probably in his 80s or at least 70s 40 years ago. And
hey, Dick, down there in Bonaire?
Jeweler in Manhattan and the Diamond
Getting ready for the contest?
And I used to talk to him quite a bit. Yeah, that's some pretty good stuff. There's a VE station that I used to talk to a lot, VE1 something, that owns an island off the coast of Nova Scotia or Maine. I can't remember. And he's just, him and VE1ZZ were like the loudest things on Earth into Europe on 160 meters. But I can't remember what that guy's called. But those are some outstanding station locations.
Absolutely. You might be talking about Jeff, VY2ZM, up there in Prince Edward Island. I've been to his place up there in Monticello, PEI. He's on the north shore there, right on the Atlantic Ocean. And I've been on his towers, so maybe you're thinking about Jeff, VY2ZM?
Yeah, that's him. That's him.
Yeah, Jeff and I go back a long time. Jeff used to live here in New York, not too far from where I live today. And he had 10 towers up, mostly Roan 25, up to almost 200 feet. And we became good friends back in the early 1990s. And I helped him dismantle that station when he moved it up to Prince Edward Island back around 2000, maybe 2007, 2008 or something like that. So, yep, he's got a big station up there. I've actually taken a video and put it on YouTube from the top of his tower. And I think it's got over 100,000 hits or something like that. So I think that's easily found on YouTube, VY2ZM. Go to YouTube, VY2ZM, you'll probably see that video. So very good. Well, great to hear you in there. Congrats. You're sounding great on your stacks. I don't even know where to point the antenna here to really... I turned the antenna towards the northeast, you were loud. I turned the antenna towards the Pacific, and you're loud. So you're well over S9 at times, and there's a lot of QSB. I'm still pointing towards Asia, hoping for something to come in from Japan or something. Good to work you. Whiskey 5, Papa Sugar. Nice contact. Whiskey 2, Radio Echo here in Washington State.
Okay, maybe tomorrow I'll hear you in Europe. 73, take care. Thank you very much for the nice chat, and good luck into Asia. W2RE, W5PS.
Okay, thanks for calling in, 73, and take care. Is there any stations in Asia on frequency? Anybody in Japan? Anybody in the Indian Ocean? I'm just testing out propagation from the United States. Whiskey 2, Radio Echo, QRZ. Anything out there in the Pacific? Anything in Asia? Whiskey 2, Radio Echo. Wow, this can get pretty boring pretty quick. So you've seen me operate from the East Coast of the United States, where it's just an endless pileup. But it's not like that from the West Coast. You'll get some really exotic stations calling you. But from the West Coast, even with this big station here, 6 over 6, sitting right on a cliff over the Pacific Ocean, I can't get anything going. QRZ. Any stations in Asia? Looking for stations in Japan, looking for stations in the Pacific. Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo. Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo.
Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo. JA2, Bravo Tango Victor. Good morning.
Okay, there you go. I knew the band was open to Japan. Good evening, Japan America 2, Bravo Tango Victor. Good to hear you. You're 5 and 9, 59. My name is Ray, Romeo Alpha Yankee. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Nice coming back. Y. W2RE, JA2, Bravo Tango Victor. You are also 59 plus, 59 plus. Very good signal. Name is Masa, Mike Alpha Sierra. Thank you very much. Nice QSL White. W2RE, JA2, Bravo Tango Victor.
Okay, very good, Masa. Good to hear you from Japan. Very nice signal. You're peaking 5 and 9. I'm running 6 over 6 monobanders, running a Flex 600, Flex 6600, running at 1 kilowatt of power. I am physically sitting in New York. I am in New York, but I'm operating remote from station in Washington State. So how copy, Masa? Japan America 2, Bravo Tango Victor, Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo.
Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo, JA2, Bravo Tango.
There you go, Japan.
Thank you very much. Nice QSO. I'm using a 2-element quad, a very small antenna. 73 to you, and good luck. W2RE, JA2, Bravo Tango Victor.
Okay, thank you. Put me on the DX cluster. Maybe I have more activities from Japan. Japan America 2, Bravo Tango Victor, 7-3. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Is there any other stations in Japan or out into the Indian Ocean? Whiskey 2, Radio Echo.
Japan, India 1, India Uniform Hotel.
Okay, Japan, Italy 1, Italy Uniform Hotel. Good to hear you. You're 5 by 7, 57.
Roger, W2RE. This is JI198. Thank you very much for coming back to my course. And my report 57. You are 5 and 9. Coming to the here near Tokyo. My name is Isa. India, Sierra, Alpha. Isa is my name. Back to you. This is JI1 IUH over.
Okay, Isa, very good. Good to see you. Isa, you're 5 and 7, 57. My name is Ray, Romeo Alpha Yankee. My QTH is Washington State, Seattle, Washington. I am physically sitting in New York, just north of New York City. I'm operating from my computer. Here in New York via remote to the station in Washington State. You're sounding absolutely fantastic. Golf, Italy 1, Italy United Hotel. Isa, from Whiskey 2, Radio Echo. Back to you, over.
Roger, W2RE.
Waterman.
JI1UH.
Waterford man.
Thank you very much for thank you very much for a nice report. 5-7 and your name is Ray. Okay, Ray. Thank you very much. Very good. And nice information about your working condition and situation. Okay, your city is Washington and city from control. Okay. By the way, I'm using an ICOM IC 7410, IC 7410, running 100 watt to a wire dipole. Which is about 7 meters high. 7 meters
Hey, Brian.
It's a very
Peter.
simple antenna. W2RE, Ray, this is JI1IUH, over.
Okay, Isa, very good, fantastic. Really doing a good job with 100 watts. fantastic copy here into the state of Washington. Thank you very much. Appreciate the call. And 7-3. Japan, Italy 1, Italy United Hotel, Whiskey 2, Radio Echo, 7-3. Bye-bye.
Roger, W2 Romeo Echo, this is JI1IH. Okay, Ray, thank you very much for nice QSO. I hope to see you again very soon. W2RE, this is JI1IH 73, goodbye.
Okay, 73. Thanks for calling in. Is there any other stations in Japan or into the Pacific or the Indian Ocean? Whiskey 2, Radio Echo. Any other stations in Asia? Any other stations in Asia? Please make your call. Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo. Any other stations in Asia? Any other stations in Asia? This is Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo. Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo, QRZ. QRZ, Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo. Whiskey 2, Radio Echo, looking for stations into Asia. Asia or Oceania. Asia, Oceania, Whiskey 2, Radio Echo. QRZ, Whiskey 2, Radio Echo. Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo, QRZ 20 meters into Asia. Hello, CQ. Any stations in Asia? Looking for any stations in Japan? Any stations in Japan or the rest of Asia? Anybody on frequency that would like to work me here in the United States? Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo. Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo, QRZ.
Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo, this is JR2 Delta Papa Lima. Juliet Romeo 2 Delta Papa Lima. How is it working, over?
Okay, Japan Radio 2, Delta Papa Lima. Good to hear you. You're 5 and 7. 57 into the state of Washington. My name is Ray, Romeo Alpha Yankee. How copy?
Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo in state of Washington. This is JR2 Delta Papa Lima. Good morning and thank you very much for nice report. 57 deck from United States. You are about 5 and 9. Very strong signal coming here in Japan. And my name is Kuni. K kilowatt, your uniform, L November, India. Kuni is my name. I think this is first QSO.
Hello, everybody. Lawrence, Cyprian, Don, Woot, Mike, 7 Whiskey Oscar Bravo.
Computer log.
No problem, David.
Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo. JR2 Delta Papa Lima.
Okay, very good, Cooney. Very good. Fantastic. You're sounding great. I'm running 6/6 monobanders. A top antenna 110 feet, the bottom antenna 45 feet. I am running 1 kilowatt, and my radio is a flex radio. 6600, Flex Radio 6600. Cooney, I am sitting in New York. I am physically in New York. I am operating remote station. So good to hear you. Japan Radio 2, Delta Papa Lima, Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo. It is now 5:42 p.m. 5:42 p.m. here in New York. QSL?
QSL, you are leaving New York, QSL, and local time. This is in Japan is 7:43 in the evening. Weather here is cloudy, going to snow today.
Hey, Brian.
Thank you very
Andrew.
much. Nice contact, and I hope you. Thank you very much. I'm sorry. I'm using ICOM 7300, IC 7000. I have a linear pre-hire, but it isn't working right now. So I'm running 200 watts. I'm sorry, 100 watts only barefoot. So thank you very much, Dave-san. I hope to work again soon. Whiskey to Romeo Echo, GR to Delta Papa Lima. Back to you. Go ahead.
Okay, very good, Cooney. Very good. Good to hear you. Your 100 watts are doing a fantastic job. ICOM 7300. Cooney, can you please put me on the DX cluster? Can you please spot me on the DX cluster in Japan? That I'm looking for stations in Japan to work. I am operating remote, and I don't work Japan very often. And I'm also streaming to TV. I have many friends around the world watching. Thank you, Cooney, for the contact from Japan. Japan Radio 2, Delta Papa Lima, Whiskey 2, Radio Echo 73. Bye-bye.
Okay, Karen-san. I'm sorry, and right now my computer doesn't work right now. So thank you very much. またお会いしましょう from Japan. Whiskey to Romeo Echo in New York City from JR Delta Papa Lima 73.
73. Thank you for calling in. Really appreciate it. Take care. Bye-bye. This is Whiskey 2 Radio Echo. Any other stations in Asia, please call.
Juliet Echo 1 Lima Echo Tango.
Big signal from you, Masa. Good morning to you. You're 59 plus. How you doing?
I'm fine, and thank you for picking me up. You're very loud. You're loudest. I just having a looking around and had a big signal from US today. Over.
Yeah, very good, Masa. I'm streaming again today. I had so many people watching last night while I was streaming, operating from this station. They asked me to please do it again. So, Masa, good to hear you. Very, very strong. 5'9 plus 20. Go ahead.
Roger, very good. Yes, one of my friends, Yuki, JO1DZA, told me that I am on your TV, so I was very appreciated. Hi. So I'm very shy, so I leave here soon. Hi. Thank you very much for contact, Ray. Have a nice evening and have fun. Over.
Yeah, okay, very good, Masa. I remember working you from New York about 2 months ago, and I remember you telling me that Tariq, November 2, Queen Victor came and make a visit. Is that correct?
He's my frequent visitor from New York every year. Over.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Very good. I originally built Tariq's station N2QV. So we longtime friend. He's attorney in Manhattan, and he has a vacation home not too far from where I live. Good to hear you, Masa. Juliet Echo 1, Lima Echo Tango. Please put me on the DX cluster if you can. Okay.
Yeah, I was there. Tariq is always sending a big signal from New York at your help, so very good. And I don't know if you heard this. We had a big opening on the long pass in my middle of day around 2 o'clock my time. So it's about around 4 or 5 UTC between New York and Japan. Had a big long pass at the end of last year. Over.
Yeah. Okay. And which band was that?
This band. Tariq was 5'9 plus. He was in my shack, remote his station in New York, and we did try. We did copy each other with a big signal on the long pass around 3 or 4 o'clock. Over.
Yeah, okay, very good, very good. Well, remote operation here in the United States is very, very popular. Like Tariq operating from Japan to his station in New York, many people in the United States operating remote. How popular is remote operation in Japan? Is anybody actually doing it? Go ahead.
No, I don't think so. Not many remote station in here. I have a private remote. I am using remote hams, so you can hear me on my. You can see my call sign on the remote ham list. But not many remote station in here. They still have radio, Robert.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Very good. There's a lot of hams in Japan that got the U.S. call sign. A lot of hams in Japan got U.S. call sign, and they're using remotes in the United States. But I don't hear anybody remoting from Japan. But then again, I don't work Japan very often from the East Coast of the United States. Good to hear you, Masa. Beautiful copy, as always. 20 over. And I can't wait for propagation to get better because from Maine or New York, I should be able to hear the same signal maybe in a year or two. Go ahead.
Roger. Okay, like very good business. Yeah, one of my friend, AA3 Radio Mike, his name is Raul Midon. He's famous as a professional singer, jazz singer. He has visited my station before, and he often to operate my station as my guest operator, JE1LET stroke AA3 Radio Mike. So maybe you can work him sometime in the very near future from my remote. All right, mate. You have many chorus. I put you on the cluster and have fun. W2RE with a big signal. You're 59 plus 25 to 30 into Tokyo. JE1LET. Go ahead.
Okay, very good, Masa. Beautiful. Thank you for the nice report, and thank you for calling in. Really appreciate it. Good to hear your voice. Juliet Echo 1, Lima Echo Tango, Whiskey 2, Radio Echo 7-3. Bye-bye.
7-3, bye-bye.
Masa 4.
Masa, somebody said move up with 4, I think.
Just thank you for the day.
Okay, is there any other stations in Asia or into the Oceania? This is Whiskey 2, Radio Echo, QRZ. Anybody else? Anybody else on frequency? Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo. Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo, QRZ DX.
Victor Mike Zulu.
The Victor Mike Zulu again?
This is Juliet Papa 3, Victor.
Okay, got Juliet Papa 2, Victor Mike Zulu, is that correct?
Yes, Juliet Papa 3, Victor Mike Zulu.
Okay, Japan Papa 2, Victor Mike Zulu. Good to hear you from Japan. You're 5-5. 55, 5-5. QSL? Okay, maybe you have microphone problem. Japan Papa 2, Victor Mike Zulu, 5-5, 55. QSL?
Juliet Papa number 3, Victor Mike Zulu.
Is that Juliet Papa number 3? Number 3, is that a Roger?
That's correct.
Okay, Juliet Papa 3, Victor Mike Zulu, 5-5, 55. QSL?
QSL, year 5-6, very strong.
Okay, thank you for calling in, 73, and take care. Juliet Papa 3, Victor Mike Zulu, thanks for the call. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you very much, 73, bye-bye.
7-3, thanks. Whiskey 2, Radio Echo, QRZ.
Japan 1, Foxtrot, India, Charlie.
November 9 or Foxtrot Charlie.
Japan 1, Fox, Italy, Charlie. Good to hear you. You're 5-9, 59.
QSL, Whiskey 2, Radio Echo, Ray. This is Japan 1, Foxtrot, India, Charlie. You are seeing reported 5 on the 9, 59, and the name is Ken. Whiskey 2, Radio Echo, JJ1, Foxtrot, India, Charlie. Over.
Okay, very good, Ken. Beautiful copy here tonight. My name is Ray, Romeo Alpha Yankee. I'm operating from Washington State. And I'm running 6/6. QSL?
QSL, Faraday, Whiskey 2 Radio Echo. This is Japan 1, Foxtrot India Charlie. Your footage Washington. Okay. My footage near Tokyo, Saitama. Saitama Prefecture is my footage. Thank you, next extra contact today. Whiskey 2 Radio Echo, JJ1 Foxtrot India Charlie. 73, sayonara.
Sayonara. QRZ, Whiskey 2 Radio Echo.
JA7BFB, over.
Okay, is that the Juliet Alpha 7 Delta Sugar Bravo? Is that correct?
Oh, mistake. Juliet Alpha 7 Bravo, Foxtrot Bravo, JA7BFB, QSF.
Okay, Japan America 7 Bravo Fox Bravo. Good morning, good morning. You're 5 and 9, 59. QSL?
Thank you very much. My signal is 59. Okay. And your signal is 59 plus 20 dB. 20 dB. Big signal. QSL?
Okay, QSL. I'm running 6 over 6. 6 over 6, running 1 kilowatt. I'm on the Pacific Ocean. Only about maybe 300 meters from the salt water. QSL?
Roger. Thank you very much. And my QTH and about 400 kilometers and Tokyo City. And my signal is 100 power. My 100 power and the antenna is 25 high meter. And power is 100. Antenna is whole element Yagi antenna. How do you copy now? W2 Radio Echo. This is JA7BFB, over.
Okay, Juliet Alpha 7 Bravo Fox Bravo. Can you give me your name again? Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. My name is Naka, November Alpha, Kilo Alpha, QSF.
Okay, very good, Naka. Japan America 7 Bravo Fox Bravo. Very good, Naka. Beautiful copy here with your 100 watts and your homebrew Yagi. Beautiful copy. Thank you very much for calling in, and a very good morning to you in Japan. Japan America 7 Bravo Fox Bravo, Whiskey 2 Romeo Echo 73.
Thank you very much, and have a nice day. And thank you very much. Best 73.
Hey, Hans. Sayonara. QRZ, Whiskey 2 Radio Echo.
Juliet Hotel 1, Delta Romeo Foxtrot.
Okay, that's Japan Hotel 1 Delta Radio Fox, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. Good afternoon. Nice to meet you. You're 59. Very strong here near Tokyo. Name here is Mori. Mike Ocean Radio India. Over.
Okay, very good, Maury. Good to hear you. My name is Ray, Romeo Alpha Yankee. I am transmitting from the state of Washington. Running 6 over 6. 6 over 6 monobanders. Maury, I am physically sitting in New York. I'm just north of New York City. It's 6 p.m. 6 p.m. here in New York. And I'm operating a remote station. Japan Hotel 1 Delta Radio Fox. Maury, beautiful copy, 59 from Whiskey 2 Romeo Echo in Washington State. Over.
Ray, very strong. Your working condition is very FB, very good here. Yes, okay. I'm using running 200 watt Icom 7700 and 4 element Yagi up about 50 meters high above ground. Ray, would you tell me my signal report? You are 59, very strong. Over.
Yes, exactly 5 and 9. My meter says 5 and 9. I'm running Flex 6600. Flex Radio 6600. I'm operating it remote, and my remote software is showing you 5x9, 59 QSL.
Yes, okay, your remote QSL, no problem. Yes, thank you very much, dear Ray. So I have to see you again. Have a nice afternoon to you. So weather here is very fine, blue sky this morning in Japan. Temperature about 10 degrees outside. Ray, thank you very much. I hope to see you again. Have a nice day, and have a nice day to you and your family. Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo, JH1, DRF, near Tokyo, Korea, DRA 73.
Okay, 73. Thanks for calling in. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Bye-bye.
QRZ, any other stations in Asia? Whiskey 2, Radio Echo.
Juliet Alpha 8, Delta Kilowatt Juliet.
Okay, Japan America 8, Delta Kilowatt Juliet. Beautiful copy, 5 and 9, 59. My name is Ray, Romeo Alpha Yankee.
Roger, QS Radio. Whiskey 2 Radio Echo, this is Juliet Alpha 8, Delta Kilowatt Juliet. Good evening to you, good morning from Japan. Thank you very much. Come back, call me the 59 plus. 59 plus coming from Northern Japan, Hokkaido. Name is Take, Tango, Alpha, Kilowatt, Echo. Name is Take. Back to you, Radio, over.
Okay, Taki, very good. Good to hear you. Fantastic copy. I don't know if you caught before. I am physically in New York. I'm sitting just north of New York City, and I'm operating the station remote. I am running from my computer. I have no radio. I do not have no radio physically where I am. I'm just operating from my PC. Good to work, Yutaki. Japan America 8, Delta Kilo Japan, Whiskey 2, Radio Echo. Back to you, over.
Okay there, thank you very much. And information okay there. Remote control station okay there. I'm running the 1 kW antenna is 4-element cubical quad, 22 meter height on the ground, beaming short.
Sure, they are the best operators in the world.
Okay, so thank you very much.
But they are slow.
I hope to see you again there. Whiskey 2 Radio Echo, this is Juliet Alpha 8, Delta Kilowatt Juliet, over.
Okay, thank you very much for calling in, and a very, very good morning to you from the United States. Thank you for calling. Sayonara. QRZ, Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo.
7 Kilo 4, Tango Kilo Bravo.
Okay, good to hear you. 7 Kilo 4, Tango Kilo Bravo, 5 and 9, 59, over.
Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo. This is 7 Kilo 4, Tango Kilo Bravo. Thank you very much for 5-9. Your signal is very strong here in Tokyo. Your report is 5-9 also, 5-9 plus. My name is Yuki, Yankee Uniform Kilo, India. Yuki is my handle. Back to you, Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo. This is 7 Kilo 4, Tango Kilo Bravo, over.
Okay, Yuki, very good, Yuki. Nice to work you. That I've never heard that name before. Maybe only Japanese name. Very good. My name is Ray, Romeo Alpha Yankee. I am transmitting from the state of Washington. I am physically sitting in New York. I am in New York. It's 6 p.m. here in New York, and I'm operating the station remote. I'm on my computer here in New York, operating the station in Washington State. Very good to hear your voice here. You're sounding beautiful. 7 Kilo 4, Tango Kilo Bravo, Yuchi from Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo. Back to you, over. I believe there's a YL.
Roger, Ray, Whiskey 2, Radio Echo. This is 7 Kilo 4, Tango Kilo Bravo. Wow, you're reporting remote controlling from New York, but your signal is from Washington State. So no wonder your signal is so strong here because
Yep, it's a YL.
Transmitting from the west coast of the United States. It's really wonderful. Thank you very much. And I was lucky to get your signal. Thank you very much and hope to see you again. Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo. This is 7Q for Tango Bravo. Over.
Okay, Yuchi, very good. I just pulled your picture up on QRZ. Very nice picture. Thank you very much for calling in. And 7388, 7 Kilo 4, Tango Kilo Bravo, Whiskey 2, Radio Echo, sayonara.
Thank you very much, Ray, and hope to see you again. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you for calling in. QRZ, Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo. Okay, the Japan America 6 again.
Japan Alpha 2, Sierra Yankee Juliet, over.
Okay, Japan America 2, Sugar Yankee Juliet. You're 5 by 5, a 5 by 5. QSL?
Roger, you're about a 5 and 7. You're 5 and 7. Enjoy the mixture of the ham radio. Ham radio west. Enjoy this now. Bye-bye.
Yeah, Roger. Very good, very good. Thank you for the nice words there. Yes, we are operating remote, physically in New York, and the transmitters in Seattle, Washington. Thank you for calling in, 73, and take care. Japan America 2, Sugar Yankee Japan, Whiskey 2, Radio Echo. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you very much. Hopefully you enjoy the remote ham from the physically New York. Thank you very much, Ray. Talk to you later.
Okay, 73, thank you for calling in. This is Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo, QRZ.
Japan, Germany 1, United Mexico, Ontario, Ray.
Japan, Germany 1, United Mexico, Ontario. Very strong, you're 59 plus. QSL?
Thank you for that. You are 20 dB over 9. We had a QS only once 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago. You're doing fine. Big signal from your way to Japan now. How are you doing there, Ray? W2LE, JG1, UMO, second QS with you for today. I'm running barefoot 200, that's only with my old 4-elemental mono. The name here is Ted. Radio handle is Ted. Tokyo, England, Denmark. Texas, England, Denmark, rather. Ted is my handle. Go ahead, Ray.
Okay, very good, Ted. Good to hear you. Juliet Golf 1, United Mexico Ocean from Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo. My logbook doesn't tell me if we had recent QSO. But can you tell me, Ted, from that QSO, where was I located? What state was I in, Ted? Go ahead.
Okay, hold on. The date was almost 2 years ago, I just said. Actually, March the 22nd.
Maybe WPX contest.
Let's see, that means 1714 GMT. March the 22nd, 1714 GMT, according to my logging system. Maybe comment is only your big signal. Let's see. Let me see more. Let's see. I checked your big antenna on your Proud QRZ pages. Yeah, other than that, I don't have much about your database here. Okay, did you copy our previous QSO? That was almost 2 years ago. Go ahead, Ray.
Yeah, okay, very good, Ted. Yeah, probably. I'm probably thinking March 22nd. Maybe we worked in contest. Maybe we worked in maybe CQWWPX contest. Maybe that's when we make a QSO, Ted. I have a very big station in Maine, Mike Echo, the state of Maine. I also have a big station in the state of New York. Most likely, I was operating from the state of Maine when we make that QSO. Today, Ted, I'm operating from the state of Washington. State of Washington, running 6 over 6. Running 6 over 6, running 1 kilowatt. Ted, I only operate remote control. I no longer operate physically at the station. So when I'm here in my office in New York, I'm always operating remote. So today I'm operating from Washington State. This morning I was operating from the state of Maine. And this afternoon I was operating Hotel 2 Alpha. So I operate many places, Ted. I could be anywhere in the world operating. It's the only way I operate today. Japan Golf 1, United Mike Ocean. I hope you understand, Ted. From Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo. Back to you, over.
Oh, really? That's a story. Yeah, that was in the contest. Yeah, I don't have much previous QSO about you and the station. 5959, maybe that was. Oh, I really envy you for every reason, Ray. Oh boy, you can travel in many places. Oh boy.
I love it.
Over 6.
Never lack of DX.
New York, the state of Maine, and state of Washington, everywhere. Okay, it's a kind of dream to operate that kind of system. Told me I did not try a remote control station yet. I simply set switch on my radio, perhaps running a radio ICOM 7700, and my antenna is rather too old to use. But mine is not small antenna, I hope. 4 elements of monoband Yagi. Been into the United States.
Such a pleasure listening to the JAs, isn't it? So pleasant on the ears. Than having that Italy Zulu 4 with the processor.
Okay, great signals. You enjoy your radio with that remote station there, Ray. Fantastic. And I heard the Hotel Alpha quite strong. That was you, maybe. W2RD, Ray, JD1 UMO Ted near Tokyo, Japan.
Yes, very good, Ted. Very good, Ted. Yes, I operate HH2AA, both phone and CW. I worked many JAs the other day on 20 meters CW. The pile-up was so big, I had to listen from 1 to 5 up. 1 to 5 up. There were so many JAs calling, but the noise floor is very high, and the strongest the signals from Japan were about 579, mostly only 539, 549, and my noise floor was about 5 and 5. So it was very difficult for me to work many JAs, but I did work about 100 JAs. Yesterday I worked 100 JAs on 20-meter CW from Hotel 2 Alpha. I also operate from Puerto Rico. I also operate from Europe and Croatia. And I've been operating remote since 2012. When I bought my vacation home, Ted, when I bought my vacation home in 2010, I would have to travel 4 hours a round trip to operate the station. So I learned with my friend the WW2 Delta X-ray on how to remote the station. And once we figured it out, it's been magic. It's magic. So I can operate right from my computer, and all I have to do is either operate from an app or I can operate right from a web page. And right now I'm just operating from Google Chrome. I connect Google Chrome to the website, and I connect to the station, and I operate the station from the web. No software to download, Ted. Very good to hear you, my friend. The beautiful, beautiful signal and a very good English. Juliet Golf 1, United Mike Ocean, Whiskey 2, Radio Echo. Back to you, over.
QSL, you're still holding 20 dB over 9.
Crazy.
With preamps number one position. This is the default on this radio. 7700 running barefoot. Your 59 report should be appreciated for me. Okay, about your fine activity at everywhere. The expedition. Oh, Puerto Rico means I did visit 3 times, I think, when I was a young age. Not on the expedition, on my flight duty. I stopped over Puerto Rico, KP4 land, and I bought a souvenir from Puerto Rico. That is a big, a map, wood map. That is whole Puerto Rico. I visited El Morro, all the historical place. Anyway, I could have a chance to stay 3 times, I think, at least. Okay, you carry on your radio. Big sound. 20 dB over 9, Ray. Enjoy your radio. Enjoy your season. We have fine weather after rainy day yesterday. Spring has come here at my QTH near Tokyo, Japan. I'll let you run, Ray. Thank you for not coming back so quick today. Second QSO. That's what one was in the contest, you said. W2LE, Ray, for your final there. JG1UMO Ted near Tokyo, Japan.
Okay, Ted in Tokyo, Japan. Thank you very much for the QSO. Certainly appreciate it. You make my day, my friend. Good to hear you. 73, take care. They're in Tokyo. Very big signal. Japan Golf 1, United Mike Ocean, Whiskey 2, Romeo Echo, 73. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you, Ray. I'll check your QRZ.com pages and another WW2DX and that's another station on QRZ.com pages. 73, enjoy your radio. I'll do the same here with my Simple Power, 73.
Okay, very good. Yes, if you want to see more about my station in Maine, besides QRZ, as you mentioned, you can look me up on Whiskey2RadioEcho.com, W2RE.com. Many pictures. I have big station in the state of Maine on the Atlantic Ocean. 73, bye-bye.
Thank you for that info. 73, Ray.
Okay, bye-bye, thanks. This is Whiskey 2 Radio Echo in the state of Washington, QRZ.
This is Juliet Hotel 1, Bravo, X-Ray Radio calling.
Okay, good morning, Japan Hotel 1, Bravo, X-Ray Radio. Good to hear you. You're 5 and 9, 59 here in the state of Washington. Over. Hi, Jay. Hey, Jim.
Roger. W2 Radio Echo. This is JH1.
Yes, it's a pleasure to listen to these JAs.
Thank you very much for taking my call.
They all sound the same.
My name here is Nino, Mexico, Italy, Norway, Oscar, Romeo, United, MINORU, Minoru.
And they all have different names.
My QTH here, about 50 miles due north of Tokyo area. You're 10 dB over S9. It's a very good one. I was listening to your previous QSO, and I understand that your antenna there is 6 over 6. That's amazing. And you're working in remote control from New York. to Washington State, I think. Oh, it's quite a distance. Anyway, your signal is 10 dB over S9 here. W2 Radio Echo, this is JH1DXR.
Okay, very good, Minoru. You got a beautiful, beautiful copy here. Very nice audio and very strong. You're 59. And that is correct. I am physically sitting in New York, where the local time here is 6:18 p.m. It is now dark outside. It's now evening and it's dark. And the temperature, very warm day here, plus, at the moment, plus 5 Celsius. Plus 5 Celsius. And now dark, but clear skies. The weather in Washington State, I have no idea. It could be snowing there. It could be raining. I have no idea what's happening in Washington State other than I'm using the big antenna system, 6/6, sitting on the Pacific Ocean. I'm only 300 meters from the saltwater sea. The antenna system sits on a side of a cliff, and when I'm beaming towards Asia, it's all a beautiful takeoff angle towards your part of the world. I have never visited the QTH. It's a friend of mine, QTH, and we remote it. Good to hear you, Minoru. Very beautiful copy here, my friend. North of Tokyo. Japan Hotel 1, Bravo X-Ray Romeo, Whiskey 2, Radio Echo. Back to you, over.
Okay, W2, Radio Echo. This is JH1DXR. Well, I do not have your name yet. Could you give me that back to you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize for that. My name is Ray, Romeo Alpha Yankee. Romeo Alpha Yankee. I am running a remote with Flex 6600. Flex 6600 radio and running 1 kilowatt. 1 kilowatt. Go ahead.
Okay, Ray. Well, my radio here is Icon 7300, which is compact and affordable. And the linear amp here is 750 watts. And the antenna is a 6-element tri-band beam up about 21 meters. That's a working condition here, Ray. I wish I had a big antenna like yours, but I can't help it. Well, anyway, today it's been nice, and it's going to be a nice day today. Temperature outside right now 11 degrees centigrade.
Oh, that's warm.
11. We are stepping into springtime here, so we are very happy about that. Whiskey 2, Radio Echo. This is JH1DXR. Back to you, Ray. Over.
Yes, very good, very good. Fantastic. Beautiful copy. You know, every day, my friend, I work stations in Europe. When I'm operating from the state of Maine, propagation to Europe is very, very good. But I could never operate with the manners of the JA operators. This is really pleasant to work, Japan, and people not calling on top of each other. Sometimes I have so many callers from Europe, I cannot control the pile-up. But here, from the west coast of the United States, everybody is so polite into Asia. It's a big difference from me. Like from the East Coast, I do not work Japan very often. We only work Japan when we're up high in the sunspot cycle. Good to hear you. Thank you very much for the QSO. Japan Hotel 1, Bravo X-Ray Radio, Whiskey 2, Radio Echo, 73. Bye-bye.
Okay, Ray. This is JH1DXR returning for the final. Well, I'm very honored to have contact with you, Ray, with such big antenna and remote control, and you must be very familiar with the electronics anyway. Well, thank you very much for the nice chat, Ray. I understand that you must be very busy to Europe every day. So I think I'm very honored to have contact with you this morning here. 73, Ray. We'll see you hopefully in the future. Back to 73. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you very much for the QSO. And yes, we are very busy building remote stations. We have 15 stations that we built and keep maintaining here in the East Coast of the United States. And then we have another 15 stations scattered throughout the United States and the world. So we are building remote stations. That's what we like to do. 73, take care. Japan Hotel 1, Bravo X-Ray Romeo, Whiskey 2, Radio Echo, 73, bye-bye.
73, bye-bye.
Okay, is there any other stations in Japan? I've been on here for 1 hour. Is there anybody else before I go QRT? Okay, good. There you go. What a pleasure to operate from the West Coast. Nobody jumping on top of each other when you call a specific call. But, again, it's not as exciting as operating from the East Coast of the United States. It's just one-dimensional. The bulk of the operators you're working from the West Coast are into Japan. You can work into Indonesia and Oceania a lot easier as well, but again, it's not populated areas of ham radio operators. We're on the East Coast of the United States. You get on, and it's a completely different situation. Well, we'll try 17. The problem here at this location, Scott, we don't have a 17-meter Yagi here. So I cannot use 17 meters. It's on our list to get a GXP multiband work antenna up here at this location. So anyway, I'm glad everybody got to experience that, see what it is to operate stations from Japan on the west coast of the United States. And this was our third session today. So this morning I started off working Europe from Jonesport, Maine. Then I got on from Haiti. I worked 200 stations in an hour from Haiti. Just ran a pile up on 20 meters and 17 meters. And here from 20 meters, I just worked a bunch of JAs. So that was a lot of fun. And I really appreciate everybody coming in here and watching the videos. You're making this a great success. Over 2 million video views since the beginning of the year. And we're just going to continue to do these videos and open up ham radio to the world. I can't tell you how many people have emailed and said, hey, I was a shortwave listener until I started listening to your videos and watching. I'm now a ham. And I've actually had people actually comment here in the chat window, hey, thanks for the video. I didn't know ham radio was this exciting. So I'm glad you got the experience, the stations from the West Coast. When the band is really open, I'll come over here again and see if we can work into China, if we can work into Oceania. Yesterday was a little better experience. I worked a 9 Victor, I worked a Hotel Lima, I worked a Victor 85. So if you really want to hear really good QSOs, look at yesterday's stream about this time from the West Coast. Today wasn't as exciting. So anyway, thanks for watching the video. Please come back again. And the experience on Twitch is much better. I recommend that you go over to Twitch TV. I just put the link in here. If you look in the chat window, click on that link. That'll bring you to Twitch TV. All you have to do is set up an account. Either use your nickname, use your call sign, and just like Facebook, set it up where you get the alerts. And Twitch TV gives a much better video and audio platform to watch us live. Thanks, Scott. You guys all have a good day. Appreciate it. 7-3 from the RHR studio here.